Hi there, my name is John Nelson and I'm a Florida master naturalist and a wildlife videographer. But most importantly of all, I'm a member of Audubon of Martin County. Florida has an abundance of bird life, yet there was a time not too long ago when the very existence of some of these bird species was very much in question. Grassroots organizations such as the Audubon Society were primarily responsible for saving many of our state's natural areas. Audubon's mission wasn't completed with the protection of water birds. History has shown that whenever there's an opportunity to exploit our environment, there's also been a need for continued advocacy and protection. The Audubon Society has been a champion for our wild places, and its mission is far from over. So join me as we take a look at our amazing state and how the Audubon of Martin County is helping to preserve and protect these special places that we have here on the Treasure Coast.
First contact. Spanish explorers were looking for gold, but what they found was something radically different from anything that they could have ever imagined. Columbus was looking for a fast route to the East Indies. He didn't bargain for a new world. Columbus never landed in Florida, but all throughout the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico, the environment made it clear that he was nowhere near China. When Ponce de Leon landed in Florida, he was looking for a fountain of youth. What he found instead was a land of endless swamps and marshes and intolerable mosquitoes infecting his men with malaria and yellow fever. I doubt that he would have really appreciated it, but he and his men were actually exploring one of the great biological treasures of the world. So great was this treasure that in 1947, the Everglades National Park became the first park ever created not for its scenic beauty, but for its biological diversity. The park may never have been created if it had not been for the work of concerned citizens that eventually formed the Audubon Society. At the turn of the 20th century, plume hunters were running rampant in the Everglades. Wading birds like the great egret and the snowy egret were being slaughtered by the tens of thousands for the sake of women's fashion. At the same time, real estate developers and government office holders like Napoleon Broward were draining and destroying tens of thousands of acres of wetlands. Once extending into Martin County, the size of the Everglades was dramatically reduced through dredging, land reclamation projects, and real estate development. All of this was pointing to an ecological disaster on an unprecedented scale. At the same time, concerned citizens were rising up to protest the carnage that was taking place in the Everglades. The result was the Audubon Society. First organized on a local basis in Florida, by 1905, a national Audubon Society was incorporated to help fight against the plume trade. Over the course of several years, the Audubon Society was instrumental in lobbying for federal legislation that eventually outlawed the plume trade. The Audubon Society started as a grassroots organization with its first chapters being organized in Florida. The Audubon of Martin County was organized in 1955. Within 30 days of its founding, the organization had 120 members. Audubon of Martin County's mission is to conserve and restore natural ecosystems, focusing on birds, other wildlife, and their habitat for the benefit of humanity and the Earth's biological diversity. Our mission starts with our home. The Possum Lawn Nature Center is a 5-acre urban forest and sanctuary that has been carefully restored and managed for the benefit of our local wildlife. The center features a wetlands pond and sloughs that carefully mimic the wet-dry cycles of the natural wetlands. This area is already attracting wading birds and ducks. It's been said that experience is the best teacher, and at Audubon of Martin County, our seasonal field trips provide exclusive experiences to observe wildlife in their natural habitat while enjoying the camaraderie of other nature enthusiasts. Lectures by local naturalists, photographers, ornithologists, authors, travelers, and many other fascinating speakers are given seasonally at the Possum Lawn Nature Center. Members have the opportunity to participate in the statewide Eagle Watch program. Other volunteer citizen science opportunities include monitoring the piping plover, the least tern, and the Christmas bird count, which was first started nationally in 1900. Besides its Possum Lawn headquarters, Audubon of Martin County actively manages over 400 acres of conservation land in Martin County. This includes a 280-acre nature preserve near Palm City. Part of this land is leased to the Treasure Coast Wildlife Center, which operates an animal rehab hospital. Many birds of prey have been rescued here and re-released back into the wild. Audubon of Martin County is always attempting to reach out to students. Each year, the chapter hosts the My Favorite Bird Essay and Art Contest in cooperation with the Martin County School District. The chapter also hosts the Children's Birding and Habitat Workshop and the Great Backyard Bird Count each November. Our annual photography contest provides amateur and professional photographers a venue to showcase their work capturing the birds of Florida in our great outdoors. This year's contest is open to photographers of all ages with special categories for students. As a recognition of the technology that is at our fingertips, we are including a special category for cell phone photography. After all, any photographer will tell you that the best camera in the world is the one that you have with you when you need to capture a special moment. We invite you to join us on a mission to conserve and restore our natural ecosystems, focusing on birds, other wildlife, and their habitat for the benefit of our community, humanity, and the Earth's biological diversity.